Hello, welcome to the Retro Show. I'm Bearded Mike, and I just did a trip to Toronto, and I brought back a whole bunch of stuff, so let's take a look. Alright, let me try this again. So, my first ever computer, I guess it was like 10 years old or 11, was the Atari 800XL. It was a... So everybody knows about the Atari, well, if you're actually reading this from the Atari forums or the Atari Facebook page, you know about the Atari 400 and 800, which are computers that came from the Atari 2600, and it's a new system. It's not the 2600 inside, it's just a new system with a base of computers. My first one was, again, the Atari 600XL. Apparently that's very rare. So a buddy of mine I used to work with was very gracious to tell me that her aunt was getting rid of her all the Atari stuff that she had in her place, and she wanted to get rid of it. So I jumped in the chance and said I want it all, and this is some of the stuff I got. So the first things first. Why did I tell you about this? Because I got the 600, the 800 model. So this is the Atari 800XL. And this works beautifully. Again, thank you very much. I'm not going to name names because I did ask about that. Thank you very much. You know who you are, and thank you your nice aunt. And if you're watching this, thank you very much. At the time, my brother was closer, TV Steve, you may know him, and he picked this up. So again, thank you very much to both of you for basically not throwing this out and giving to me. This is a really big gem. This thing works. So this is other stuff I got. I got a ton of stuff. Like, you want to know how bad it is that I went to see TV Steve and I just brought my daughter Bryn. That's it. I didn't have enough room for my wife. How bad am I? Alright, so here, I don't want to step on it. So the other stuff I got was a disk drive. This is the Atari 1050 disk drive. Works great. Power supply works. Everything works. Also, I got a clone disk drive. I've never seen one of these before. It's a little heavier. You may want to look at this. I'll see a little picture. If anybody in the comments ever seen one of these, let me know. It's got dip switches in the back. On and off switch, of course. A little rattling, but it works fine. Like, I've tested it out. It works fine. And I got a bunch of games. Some bought games, some not. And I would say 95% of them works. Actually, some nice. I got Boulder Dash. Actually, I'm thinking about putting this on Twitch, actually. I have my little capture card, and that's another story for you, how I got for the RBG cables, how I got that to work on the Atari. That's another day. Hardball I haven't tried yet. I'm not a big sports fan, but everything else pretty much works. There's some stuff that I'm not too... No idea. Some of these games I loaded up and... Like first, okay, here's one of them didn't work. It was called Pinball... I need friggin' glasses. Pinball Construction Set. So I could not get this to work. But you know what? 95% of this software still works, which is phenomenal. Like, again, if Aunt is the aunt still listening to this, thank you very much for keeping it in pristine condition. So I got some other stuff. Before I can lug it all over to Toronto, I had to get rid of the printer because I don't need a printer. There was actually two printers. One of them is still sealed in a box, and my brother TV Steve had a garage sale anyway, so I sold it. So I don't need a printer. Like, I have other printers and no use for it. And this little small printer, I don't remember the model number. Alright, so the next item, where did I put you? Oh, there you are. So what happened was there was also an Atari ST1040 FM, I believe. Unfortunately, it didn't work, so again, the garage sale thing, and a little boy picked it up to play with it. So that was it turned on, but both the red light for the power is supposed to happen, but the power for the disk drive kept going red, so I would hate to have anybody in the comments probably going to tell me that, oh, you just have to do this to fix it, or this is normal. Whatever it is, what it is. So I didn't take it. However, I got 2 Atari Mega STs. This is the... Oh, these are heavy. So this is the Mega ST2, which I got. It does sort of work. The floppy does not. And yeah, and this is kind of weird. I never had a Mega. I only had the Atari ST520. They have... You actually plug these in with these like phone jacks. This is how you plug in the keyboard. And of course the retarded extra port. If you look here, well, you can't see it, but that's where the actual joystick gets plugged in. That was retarded. I think the actual desktop settings are saved. See that? There's like batteries in here. They're probably old and decrepit. Get them out. I'll deal with you later. So yeah, I got 2 of these. This is the ST2, and I have also a Mega ST over there. And yeah, it's unfortunately, I think the TOS version is updated, so I tried to run software on it, and either it didn't load, rebooted, or it came with a disk error, which I'm not surprised. These things are old, and I'm debating whether to get an adapter, so I'll just get disk images. Like, I have 2 of them. I don't need 2. I just haven't decided what I want to do with them yet. So, but still, it's a great find. Like, they're in perfect condition from a physical standpoint. There's not even any yellowing on a lot of the systems. I don't think the actual Atari, the 1040 had any yellowing either, which is rare in itself. So yeah, and oh, there is some weird stuff that I got, and I have no idea what it's for. I think they're hard drives. Do I want to bring it over? It's heavy, weighs a ton. Alright, let me put this over here. I know you don't want to watch this, but whatever. There it is. I'll maybe do editing, maybe not. So, what I might do is, from the systems that are working, I might do an extra video on the actual games that came with it and see which works, what doesn't. I think I'm going to cut this video like now. So, yeah, this is my trip from, actually, technically it's not in Toronto. I went to Oakville, that's where TV Steve is. And a lot of this stuff I got from Mississauga. So, it's all Toronto now. It's this mega city, whatever. So, it's all Toronto. I guess when you get really down to it. So yeah, those are my finds. I'm really, again, this was a total surprise. Thank you very much for my colleague for letting me know, and thank you to his aunt that helped me out and organized for TV Steve to pick this up. And if you like these kind of videos, please click on subscribe or give me some thumbs up. Until the next video, this is Bearded Mike signing off.